And we're back. Episode 50. I am your host, as always, Mr. Matt Musselwhite. This is my cohort, Bryan Kern.
How do you do?
And we are joined by Mr. Kyle Anderson of Brand of Sacrifice. What's going on, my dude?
Not too much. Just laying low, waiting for this virus to go away, if it ever does. And,
right. I stopped using 5G, so I'm helping make it go away. Bryan just dropped something, ruined the whole podcast. You know what? Do I need to start this motherfucker? I swear to God, I'll start this motherfucker over.
Oh no!
I'm not gonna do it. Did anyone catch the Grammys? That was in between the last episode and now.
I did not.
They were pretty shitty.
Me either. So
yeah, they're shitty. They're stupid. I'm pretty sure they're rigged. Everyone buys an award, or someone's sleeping with someone. It was stupid. Yeah, they're all bad.
What is? I don't know. There's a hashtag or something like 3-day weekend or something like that, but it's to support the Weeknd's boycott of the Grammys, and I 100% fully support it. So
the Weeknd had to get snubbed. Like the dude had like the biggest record of the year, and then he's snubbed from the Grammys. That shit didn't make any sense. But the Grammys suck this year, kind of like always. Tours are starting to come back. Have you guys seen like tour announcements popping up online? That's
I do have a couple.
Had in a while.
I've got a couple over here. Are you involved with any, Kyle? Do you guys have anything coming up or anything planned?
We got a few things in the works.
Ooh.
I can't say too much yet, but it's being worked on.
Dang.
We're gonna totally speculate, make it up, and start the rumors right now.
We're trying to do stuff with other kinds of bands. I'll say that's one thing I will say.
Boom! It's definitely teaming up with Nick Jonas. He's free right now. He's got that record. He needs to go on a promotional run. It's a great. I can totally see it. What tours did you see, Bryan?
Well, the announcement that Bamboozle is coming back officially, from what it seems like, and Bamboozle was one of the bigger, national festivals for a real long time, especially for the scene, and it is returning in 2023.
2023. I can't even get excited for that right now.
I mean, they're doing so with, high anticipation. It's going to be the 10-year return of the absence, or a 10-year absence, so a return after officially 10 years of being away. But yeah, there is a press release. D'Esposito, whatever his name is, officially said coming back 2023.
Is this question specifically for you? Did you see that UFC fighter collapsing on stage?
No, from when?
I have no idea. I don't know what he's talking about.
Oh man, I'll have to check into that. No, I did not see that.
That's the show after us.
Kyle, are you either an MMA fan or a fan of the Bamboozle Festival?
I've watched a few UFC fights in my time, but I'm not too aware of the goings on these days.
Okay. The violence is cool. I mean, overall.
It is, of course. Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's fun to watch. Yeah, fun.
And Bamboozle, how do you feel about that?
Bamboozle. I am not too aware either.
Oh, man. Oh.
If you love going to festivals that have like heavy bands,
Bamboozle's
bands
the
that should not
East
be
Coast.
playing with them, and they give you free candy, then be my guest.
Yeah, okay, well, Bamboozle was the scene festival back in like the early to mid 2000s. Man, this just opened up a whole new world of like questions for me now, because I feel like not knowing Bamboozle, we're going deep. Let's go.
I've never been to Bamboozle either, though.
I mean, no, that makes sense, but
the name sounded familiar, but
yeah, it's just for the scene haven on the East Coast, basically.
Wasn't it sponsored by Willy Wonka for a long time?
I don't know, something weird, but it was like a 3-day fest. They had multiple stages, and of course it was, early 2000s, so as YouTube and shit's blowing up, that's where like a lot of the footage is from, like early day scene footage or whatever.
Texas is open up right now. There's some other states open. Florida's been trying to, go fully open.
Florida is doing the first UFC fight in front of a crowd in a whole year. That's coming up in, I believe, May.
There's like a lot of redneck conservative bands I've noticed that have hit the road.
Oh, of course. Traps headlining a festival.
The market is open right now. If you want to do all those rural dates, I'm not naming any names, but Skillet is performing 3 straight dates in Arkansas. So shout to Arkansas. You're finally getting good tour stops. But yeah, Skillet.
Unfortunately, it's Skillet.
Yeah, their vocalist went off on this crazy tangent on his podcast saying like relating Cardi B's WAP to Hitler. It was a really roundabout comparison. It's like
That's distasteful.
It's like 3 paragraphs long to describe what the hell the man said. Yeah. You want the long version or the short version?
How about no version, because it's a stupid comparison.
Dr. Seuss, Snowflake, complaining, Cardi B, Megan Stallion, religion, something about the 10 Commandments. And yeah, then relating to Hitler. People like him.
I think there was a Dr. Seuss book called "I Wish I Was a WAP" or something like that.
Wow, I don't even think we can say that word anymore.
WAP? Damn it!
Yeah, it's all been taken away from us.
I guess which version you're talking about when you say that.
That's why there's an A.
Yeah.
WAP.
Yeah, you gotta highlight that A.
Are we excited for shows coming back? Are we excited to wear a mask and headbang at the same time? Are we not going to wear masks? Are you anti-mask? I mean, do what you do.
I'll do whatever it takes to get shows back. I'm on that camp. So
there you go. It's respectful.
Wearing my mask everywhere, even just walking around in the neighborhood. I don't go out too much. I'm pretty much stuck in this room for the most part with my cat. So.
Oh, you got a cat.
Yeah, she's around somewhere.
She can make she can make a feature. What's up? She can make a feature if she needs to. That's all good. Everyone here loves cats.
She certainly will. She'll decide to run across the screen at any point. So,
dope.
I think while a lot of us are wearing our mask, we need to like start a bigger rebellion of like anti-maskers. So like I remember back in the day, straight edge kids, if they saw you drinking or smoking or like I don't know how, God forbid they see you having premarital sex, they would just beat you up. So like if we just like find like the non-maskers, or I like the old dudes that wear the mask like right here, but they don't put it over their nose. Yeah, like that's gonna kill them. I love that shit. So I've only been arrested 3 times at Walmart this month.
So you probably. For those AFI fans out there, they had a music video back in the day where they, for whatever reason, filmed the crowd hardcore dancing, and they were all wearing like bandanas and medical masks. And I just imagine that's what shows are actually going to be like. Kids are just going to be moshing and hardcore dancing with masks on. I guess one less accessory they'll need when they go to the hospital. I don't know. I feel like it's just going to be what my concern is capacity. Like, what are they going to do? Let 20% of people in with masks? Like, that's what's going to suck. I just hope they open up. I know Texas is like, fuck it. Everybody inside. So I guess we're going to see how it works. I don't know. If there's any 2 states to test it and just weed it out now, it's Florida and Texas. Just, go for it. Don't worry about it.
Are you trying to say you don't care about people in Florida? Because we have viewers.
Yeah, I mean, that is kind of what I'm saying.
Florida's dope. I love Florida. Everyone shits on Florida. I think Florida's dope. That's like my second favorite state next to California.
Yeah,
it's a fun state.
It's definitely fun. And like you think about all the shit Florida man's done and gotten away with. Shit, I could do anything when I go there. Speaking of doing anything and not getting away with it, Earth Jon Shaffer. Brian loves this story. Must remain in jail without bail till his trial. Sucks to suck. If you're unfamiliar, that's the dude who decided it would be a cool idea to storm the Capitol with a bunch of genius people who were on camera. So he's going to jail. He's already in jail, but now he's not even getting out. No bail. Not using any of that fat ass iced Earth money to get out.
Fat ass iced Earth money. Are you an Iced Earth fan, Kyle, by any chance?
I've never really listened to them, to be honest.
Well, are you like me and you're wondering who the hell this band is before this story happened?
I've heard the name, and I know they're like more of a classic band, but I haven't listened to the music.
Is that what it is? Are they like an older band?
Perhaps, I don't know.
Iced Earth sounds like a vape juice.
That's a quality joke right there. That's a good quality joke.
I'm charging for that.
1984, they formed. So Yeah, they're a legacy
Jeez.
band.
Yeah,
Did you
they're a
just
little
look that up?
too old. They're a little
yeah.
too old.
Dude, yeah, Jamie, you're fired. He's way quicker than you. Yeah, you're trash. Garbage.
Oh
Um,
no.
I was gonna bring up the news about Bamboozle. Brian already brought that up.
What do you? What?
2023 is forever from now.
Okay, whatever. What are you drinking, my dude? Kyle, what you got?
I'm drinking liquid death water.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. I noticed the
that's water.
non-carbonate. Noticed the non-carbonated kind.
Oh, I got this as well.
Oh, there you go. There you go, my dude.
I like them both. They're
Yes.
solid.
Yes.
Shout out to Sith Moody 6, who repeatedly sent us a video of that UFC fighter collapsing on stage.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to check that out. It's a bummer.
That's a bummer. What happened to the dude who almost got blinded like a week ago? Thumb
He's
to the eye.
yeah, he's recovering. He got an entire full index finger in his eye, and yeah, he's recovering. He's okay.
Yeah, that doesn't sound as fun.
He's all right.
Did you hear the bummer news that former Underoath guitarist Corey Steger had died in a car wreck?
I did.
No.
I did,
that-
unfortunately.
That Justin Jack actually hit me up about that. It was super sad. I'm not even sure what point in Underoath's period he was a part of, but Justin seemed to have known that dude. Was pretty broken up about it. So a lot of sad Underoath fans on the internet right now. When's the last time you listened to Underoath?
A month ago.
There you go.
Everybody
Nice.
listens to that band. Like they just
They're
don't go
good.
away.
They're good. Also from Florida, so fuck you.
Fuck you from Florida. Did you just pull a Day to Remember joke on me?
Yeah.
You know the rule, Brian. You knew the rule. In other news of getting fucked, Spotify claims that it's paid over $23 billion in artist royalties. I don't see how that's possible whatsoever. Spotify is like, out of all the streaming services that's offered, Spotify like pays you the worst as an artist. I mean, you're an artist. You get the checks and look at them. That's what I've been told. But Spotify, in a further attempt to explain how they fuck you over, they launched a new website called Loud and Clear that explains loud and clear how they fuck you over and pay you very little for your art. Spotify claims that as of 2020, they've paid over $23 billion in royalties to rights holders, including over $5 billion in 2020 alone, up from $3.3 billion in 2017. These numbers, that's across like every artist that's on Spotify.
Yeah, it's weird
I can't
that they
do
had
math very well, but that seems like people are going like broke. Like that's no money. Like
It's
you're
weird that they
basically
had
like
to come out-
dividing a penny.
Yeah, it's weird that they had to come out and like preface this with, "Hey, we're gonna defend ourselves here. Here's a full fucking website so all of you can understand it." It's almost even more so annoying that this was done in an interview through Rolling Stone, who just recently canceled 2 podcasts because of censorship issues for defending Julian Assange. So I don't really trust anything Rolling Stone does or anything Spotify does. Now, Kyle, which is your favorite like streaming service? Do you guys feel any streaming service treats you guys better than another one? Like, does Spotify? Is there anything you notice from Spotify that maybe you don't notice from Apple Play or Apple Music or something along those lines?
Honestly, I've mostly used Spotify, but I think it's sort of a double-edged sword with Spotify because there's benefits to being an artist on Spotify as well. Outside of the money, it's an excellent growth tool. As far as a band that's up and coming, a lot of people use the platform, so it's an easy way to get your name out there, especially if you get curated playlists, and anybody can apply to be on those playlists. You don't have to be in a signed band, you don't have to be a big name. You can submit your music ahead of time and it will be reviewed by a human being to be a part of that playlist. The cut side of things is not great, but I see it as a great tool for a band to grow, to be able to get better tours, to be able to be on the road and make money with merch when there's not a global pandemic. So it's got that benefit to it. There's been many artists that have blown up specifically from being on Spotify. So I see it that way. I personally use it. I use it as a way to measure metrics for the band to see how growth is going. You can see how there's ways to measure how your peers are growing alongside you. There's a lot of tools available through the Spotify for Artists hub. So we're looking at that constantly to see how how to measure things. It's a great tool. We didn't have that back in MySpace with the player.
Yeah, no.
It's a benefit as far as that goes. So that's the one positive I see. Sure, I would love a much better cut, and hopefully there's some sort of MySpace. That was a great time. I hope one day there's some sort of resolution between the artists and Spotify that can come up, but I do see it as useful as well. But obviously I would want a better artist cut. As far as good cuts go, before Google shut down its service, it had the highest cut that I know of. Tidal's pretty good, I think. Amazon Music is better, and people have that for free actually if you have Amazon Prime. So
yeah, I do have that. I just never click it.
But no, a lot of people don't know that they have that, and also the Prime Video as well. But
are you on Tidal?
our music is on Tidal, yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody's got that. I think
everybody on Tidal?
They've opened their licensing up. They're just another streaming platform. And you know who's tanked? I use Spotify. My gripe with Spotify.
I gotta call Uncle Jay and ask him.
My gripe is that, and Matt's been the one that really's honed this in because I do not use Apple Music. He does. And that's always been his gripe, is that Spotify doesn't pay the artists. You guys have specifically been the flagship band for a lot of Spotify playlists. So, I mean, you're correct there in the fact that it's a great growth tool. We interviewed Attack and Andrew Wetzel from Attack, and he said the exact same thing. Their primary tool was going in and being on the cover of a lot of the playlists when they dropped their single. And, it speaks to...
That's kind of like the new magazine cover.
It is essentially, yeah. It's the spread. It's the $2,000 spread you would get for AP back in the day. Absolutely, and it is a great marketing tool. It is a great tool to be a part of because more people are using it. The streaming service that's taken that has completely shit the bed is Pandora. I don't know what the fuck Pandora's been up to, but their playlists are just, you put in a current band that released an album within the last couple of years, and it immediately takes you to some Lamb of God album from like 2008, and it's just like, come on, update some algorithms. Like, let's fucking
They're really getting over that Lamb of God album, though.
Yeah, man, fucking shit, dude. It's rough. So it's interesting that they had to go out and defend themselves.
I don't really use any of those. I like Apple Music. It's integrated with my phone. But that was actually a really smart answer. Do you have any other news on the docket before we get to the interview portion, my friend?
I don't. I was going to cover the fact that Kris Jenner was upset that Kim and Kanye are getting divorced. Well, no shit.
Wow, is that a direct quote?
Can we
use that?
Well, no, it's even worse because all... Oh my God! USA.
Yes. Let's break this down. We're breaking this down. Talking heads. We're doing this. We're doing this, girl.
USA Today decided that they wanted to brag this headline that they had inside news on Kris Jenner's opinion of the Kanye and Kris divorce, or Kanye and Kim divorce, and all they did was quote the fucking show because they were wrapping up on like a season finale, and Kris went on. This is the worst. Kris in the show went on to a morning talk show and was interviewed. All USA Today did was take the footage. They just quoted the footage of the show that was taking footage of the interview that Kris was giving about Kim and fucking Kanye, and it was just.
Do you have a favorite Kardashian and or Jenner?
It's for you, Kyle, because I love them all.
No, definitely take your time.
Please do.
I don't even know, man.
You mean it's not Caitlyn? You mean it's not Caitlyn?
By default, it's Caitlyn.
I guess
if you don't say it's Caitlyn, you're getting canceled. Just so you know.
That's the one I always go to because that's the one that's going to take me right to the top.
Yep.
I mean, it's not a Jenner, but I am a Kanye fan.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yes. What's your favorite thing about Kanye? Everything perfect.
Everything about him. I find him one of the most interesting people in Hollywood, and
thank you.
I love his clothing.
Very Very
What's your
serious.
least favorite Kanye record? None of them perfect. Did you know? Okay, we can do this thing. Kanye
Hold-
news. Hold on, I think we have branding for this.
Yeah, hold up real quick. That's great that you're actually into Kanye because we do normally open up most of our shows with Kanye news and 6ix9ine news. And very few people are into both of those gentlemen, but
They don't go together.
unfortunately, we love covering the Kanye news, but over the last couple of weeks, it's just been sad and depressing. It's all divorce stuff. It's him getting separated. They're
Until
not
this
on
week.
talking terms. The kids are having a hard time. I didn't, hey, I stopped at the Kris Jenner news, so please enlighten us on what's going on.
He's got good news. If you check the net worth of Kanye West, he's worth $6.6 billion. He's
Get
now
it.
officially the richest black man on the planet. This is insane.
Get it.
It's crazy. That's a lot of money.
Oh.
He's more than quadrupled what Jay-Z and Diddy have done.
Who was
It's
at
pretty
one
dope.
time? I remember maybe 10 years ago, but they were talking about how Kanye's spending all his money and how he's fucking digging himself in when he was going crazy and he's not going to fucking have any type of security cushion. And look at this, man. He's gone on record to talk about how he is revolutionized footwear. And he fucking has, man. He brought the sneaker back. Like,
Hey, he dropped a
deserves it.
few ugly ass shoes. Do you own any Yeezys?
I do. I have 3 pairs.
Nice. Which
3
ones?
pairs. The 350s.
350 V2s. I got the blue tints.
Nice.
Okay.
Got the Oreos.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
And what are the other ones I have?
No infrareds? You don't got the infrareds?
I would do the Oreo.
No, I don't have the infrareds. I have the zebras.
Okay, so just the 350s. You didn't buy any of them weird cloud looking shits. I don't remember
The
what
new
number,
ones?
7 or
There's
800s.
new ones that are super weird. They're 450s, I think.
Yeah.
I only want to wear those to be that guy. Like they're just douchey. Like you can't wear those to Walmart and people aren't gonna look.
He's
at
trying
you.
to knock Croc out of the game. That's what I think he's trying to do. He's like, Croc, get out of here. You gotta move aside.
Croc. It's an untapped market.
I mean, at some point, people are going to look back at that and say, "Oh, these are legendary. He was so ahead of the time." That's what I think is going to happen. We might think it now, but I think he might be 500 IQ, man.
Oh yeah, he's spectrum. He's on the spectrum for sure, no doubt.
What are your top? I'm not gonna have this lead to some hour-long fight either. What are your top 2 Kanye albums? I'll give you 2.
I honestly barely listen to his music. I just like him. As a
I'm
person.
confused.
He just likes him as a person.
All right.
Fair. That's
I
fair.
was the old school Kanye, like Through the Wire and super
Through
old
the
songs.
Wire.
from
So
the
when he
early
was still
2000s and stuff like
conscious.
that. Yeah,
Got you.
but I haven't dabbled too much into it. I listened to the most recent album with all the gospel references and Bible references and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah,
no, you need
the
to
gospel
go back.
album. You talking about the gospel album?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was real.
You need to listen to Yeezus when he's rapping about eating Kim's ass. That's the album where really changes you. Life
Yeah,
of
I was gonna
Pablo,
say it's not that he's not conscious anymore. It's just now that he's just like super woke. He's just, Kanye's that meme, but he's like the second to last level. He's not like he's not God yet, but he's like getting there, right? You know what I'm saying? Like he's fucking up there for sure. Revolutionizing fashion, wanting to fucking take over the church, hip hop. Now, richest fucking black man on the planet. Let's go. What else is he trying to do? He's just trying to take over the world.
I'm convinced that anyone
Fuck you, Kim.
who she's definitely never coming on the show. I'm convinced that anyone that eats Kim's ass is instantly woke. Like you just know something about the universe. Like something
You
just
lick
clicks.
You
Like,
lick it.
You know the purpose of life. I mean, maybe it's just that. Maybe it's something more. Maybe you're gonna get cut by the Celtics. Who knows?
Maybe. Are you a 6ix9ine fan, Kyle? Because
I haven't listened to his music too much, to be honest.
Right.
I know about the changes that basically came around to how Billboard measures album units.
Yep.
And,
Yeah, that's been
because of
some
him.
weird shit.
Which is, I think it's a good thing in some ways that people can't like sell a concert ticket and album for $2 and count that as a unit, or like buy 2,000 of your own record and add that to your numbers. That's kind of good, but
They've been doing that buy your own record thing for a long time. I remember like Fat Joe was guilty of that. People always accused Eminem of doing that for his artists. Basically buying enough, like 500,000 so they go gold in a day. They're just stupid shit like that. Crazy lengths you'll go to.
Yeah, it's kind of nice because there's more transparency. I'm sure people will figure some other stuff out regarding that, but it's kind of nice. Now you see metal bands up on the charts, and they're doing it legit. So there's no crazy. I mean, it's not really. I don't think that's illegitimate to bundle a concert ticket because it's an item that people would want anyway. But
It did screw up a lot. I know for bands like Brand and a lot of deathcore bands I listen to, it fucked up getting the CD T-shirt bundle because I think putting a T-shirt with it screws up the record sale or something. Something gets messed up where they started doing less of that. But as long as I can get vinyl in a T-shirt like you guys did, I'm more than happy.
I think the rule is now that you have to have everything available separately in the store, and you can discount it slightly in a bundle, but it can't be. There's a certain threshold now. So there's definitely that. There's also I've noticed a lot of like the larger bands, they have way less bundles now since the rules have changed.
Oh, bigger bands? Yeah, they don't give a shit. Like, the bigger you are, the less bundle they need. It's like, I think about how Travis Scott drops merch that's available for an hour or two, sells out, and then is immediately up on StockX for like 4 times the price.
Yeah.
I mean, he had his own brand of McDonald's uniforms that were getting resold on eBay for just it was ridiculous. That whole thing, that whole debacle was stupid.
The whole McDonald's collab is a crazy thing to think about. He had his own burger and all that.
He had
stuff.
his own shit. I think Pokemon just did. I mean, when do we get a Lifeblood burger?
Might be a Lifeblood beer though.
Oh, I was
Ooh.
gonna mention Dance Gavin Dance did the beer. A bunch of bands have done beers. Alexis on Fire, shout out Canadian bands. Alexis on Fire
Alex is
also
on
did
Fire.
beer.
I've heard of them. It's cool. I'll see myself.
Thank you, appreciate that. Anyways, are you a wrestling fan, Kyle?
Not particularly. I've watched it when I was a kid.
Damn it, son
Okay.
of a bitch! I was hoping,
right.
man. We bring these Canadians on. You think they're gonna like wrestle?
I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know that you not being a wrestling fan scratches 50% of my Canada jokes. So thank you. I appreciate that. I'm not going to be able to say a lot of them. No, that's fine. Do you?
This episode of I Hate the Scene is brought to you by Molson. Grab one and drink it now.
What's just the standard? I'd love to know the standard general opinion of Canadians on South Park's point of view of Canadians. Like, what do you guys really think about it?
I think it's funny. I don't know. I feel like we just laugh along with it.
That's fucking the right answer, bro. That's such a good answer.
This is what Brian has based his entire perception of Canada on since he was a child. And he's actually, when you logged on, he was shocked that your mouth wasn't split halfway through.
Ah, shit. No, I told you I had to go down to joke number 17 because I'm not a wrestling fan. I couldn't quote Bret Hart like I wanted to 5 times in a row.
It's cool. I have a very limited Canadian knowledge. Favorite province? It's
Newfoundland?
It's not Saskatchewan.
Not Saskatchewan. I have some negative stories about Saskatchewan.
Oh, we're getting there, baby.
So
Let's
do
go.
I. Yeah, so do I, buddy. Let's hear them.
So my old band before Brand did a cross Canada tour in 2013, a long time ago, and it was in the middle of winter, which is not too fun in Canada, especially the more west you go. And our van basically had the drive shaft fall off in the middle of the highway.
Oh no!
100 and
going 100, you said?
100 kilometers.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so
Yeah,
it's like 50,
yeah.
60 miles an hour. Okay, I was about to say,
Yeah,
what the
that's
fuck? Who's Death Wish?
Was
Matt driving the fucking van? Because this is fucking ridiculous.
That's only like 20 miles an hour here.
Matt's a tour bus driver, hence the horrible Canadian or Canada story. But yeah, okay, so continue.
Okay.
Drive shaft takes a shit.
Off. And we had a few other issues with the van before that, but we actually had taken it to a shop to get the other issues fixed, and then that happened right after basically driving out of that shop back to go onto the tour.
Oh no.
So we're in the middle of the highway in Saskatchewan. It's probably, what's the math on this? What's negative 20 Celsius?
Oh, like 13 degrees.
-4 for
Ugh.
you guys.
That's close.
It's like -4 like awful wind chill, and basically this drive shaft falls off. We get out of the van at the side of the road. My bassist at the time was just like super good about that situation and safely brought us there. And we just looking at the van, it's just basically bleeding down the side of the highway in the shoulder.
No.
And we tried to call a tow truck, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm not going out there." Not really doing
Wow,
that.
yo, peace, die. Just
Oh,
go
my
ahead
God.
and die out there on the side of the road. Bye.
So we don't know what to do. We're calling, and the only option was to dial 911 at the time. So we
I
called
have
the
a fun
police.
story about that too. Yeah.
That's an
And they're
emergency. Hey, that's an emergency for sure.
Yeah, and we're like, "Yo, we're stuck in the middle of the highway. We're from Ontario, and we're just trying to go on tour. We don't know what to do." So we had to. They only had like pickups with like 3 seats in them, so that we had to like take trips. It was stupid.
Little
The
weird. Oh,
taxis
no.
wouldn't even come out there to
Who's
pick up
going to be
other
the
people.
last to be picked up? Who got sacrificed?
Oh, I can't even remember.
Was it you? Is that why you left that band? Just kidding. Just left you in -4 degree weather. What assholes?
They replaced you with a moose they found on the way there.
Oh no.
So yeah, that happened. We eventually got into this shoddy hotel, and do you remember the band Abandon All Ships?
Of course.
Oh,
back in the day.
yeah. No, they're my
Of course.
favorite. Oh God, yeah. I'm actually
well-
cutting myself right now. They're not together still.
They did a really good deed, and they picked up half the band and brought them with.
Oh man, now you make me look like a dick.
So they helped us out there, and then the other guys, we only had enough money to bus home from Saskatchewan. It was rough. So I don't have good. It's nothing to do with the place
hey,
itself. It's just a circumstance.
That's fair. You're
I'm
not. You're not.
vacation.
Yep, you're out of there. I get
Jamie,
it.
yeah. Book Abandon All Ships. We'll do Toronto week for 2 weeks straight. Yeah. Book them. You know what? I wouldn't mind talking
shit.
to him. I want to say my ex-girlfriend listens to him, but that's a lie.
She just fucks him. That's all.
Yeah, oh, that's so
all she does.
inappropriate.
Really is.
I was just gonna ask your general opinion on a bunch of Canadian bands, but I guess we could save that for later. The new record is Lifeblood. It's available everywhere. It's like the heaviest thing I've ever fucking heard. What is Lifeblood?
Lifeblood is sort of what keeps you going, what sort of makes you tick. It's like your sustenance as a person. That's sort of the gist behind it. And in this case, the record is based on a manga called Berserk, and sort of the realization the protagonist from that series, Guts, has, and figures out what his lifeblood is by the end of the record. So it's sort of a concept album.
Bunch of anime nerds.
It's mostly me.
Okay.
So
Just
the other
you?
guys are not as versed as I am in the anime.
Is that okay? So you're the only anime fan. Does that mean you get hated on for this shit?
I think they appreciate it more that the band has started to grow.
Okay.
say.
Well, I made this song because of anime, so
Yeah, this band was basically supposed to be just a side project for fun, one EP, like while we did the other band that I was talking about, and it wasn't really meant to be anything serious. And then the EP grew faster than the other band did in 7 years. So we and we realized it was actually fun to make, and we realized that the old band wasn't fun anymore because we were so focused on trying to, hit these heights and these expectations that we set for ourselves and the fan set. So it was just a negative feeling, and that was gone with the new band. So we continue to roll with it, and now we're on our sophomore album, and it's pretty crazy because it just started off with a fun band that was not meant to be anything serious. I thought I was going to show my friends this EP, and that was it, kind of thing. So
and that's why Kyle left Nickelback. Um, why? What is up with you metal dudes? Are always in like a bunch of bands at one time. You just to see which one clicks first.
I mean, in this case, it was just I always wanted to do something extremely heavy because the prior band was more of like a metalcore with singing and mid screams and
Oh,
more.
Brian's favorite type of band.
It was like more poppy choruses, but like still kind
For
of
the Fallen
technical.
Dreams.
Oh God.
I like that band.
Yeah, I know.
We all do. That's the problem.
Yeah, it was kind of like that. But I always had an itch to do something really heavy, whether it was going to be just like your true quote unquote slam or deathcore or like tech death. I always had a feeling that I wanted to do something heavy. So my guitarist from the Afterimage, he used to be in a tech death band, but we ended up somehow making deathcore music. So it's mostly just a heavy itch. That was it.
Call it tech death. I have literally like 9 genres that you guys fucking cross over, and that's something that. So speaking to that, I got to ask some inspirations, because I look to
Please say Satan. Please say Satan. Please say Satan.
I mean, I only look to Satan at certain times. I feel like sometimes when I look to Satan, it's for guidance. Other times, it's for
He's always telling me to
poor
go to Smoothie King. I don't
experiences.
get it.
Smoothie King, and when you're in California, it's Jamba Juice, but you can only order off the secret menu, so who knows? Off of God Hand, I got to think of like Hill of Swords. Like to me, that's the entrance to a fucking MGM produced Mission Impossible movie. Like you guys hit that in the middle of an album that is just completely shred metal. You guys are all over the place. So what inspires you guys? Do hit extensions of metalcore, extensions of deathcore, black metal. I mean, I'm hearing Black Dahlia Murder in there at times. Like you guys are all over the place. So where does that come from? Obviously you're heavier, but where does all this other influence come?
Yeah, I think when it comes to the orchestral and the synth stuff, we're definitely inspired by video game soundtracks like Halo, Doom.
Okay. Yeah.
Those would be the two that people would say, especially.
Did you ever either of you ever hear of the band Last Chance to Reason?
Jamie, you ever heard of
No. The Contortionist? No, he wasn't in that, was he?
I don't know. There was no singer in Last Chance to Reason, but they were like a techno death metal band, and they were just super fast instrumental, and they had like Nintendo core breakdown style. Yeah, they had Nintendo
and a drummer, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I remember that band. Yeah,
and they were like real Nintendo core breakdowns, a lot of keys, a lot of synths.
I think they played with one of Osiris or something. Yeah,
yes,
they were cool.
They were along that stand. Yeah, I get hints of that and that was a very unique sound. Like I always go back to that band because it's something different, and you guys definitely harnessed that.
Band existed.
The video game references, man.
Yeah, I think I remember that band now. That was pretty cool. There was that whole like Nintendo core kind of craze too for a bit.
Yep.
A lot of the, especially on MySpace.
Horse the Band, yeah.
Horse the Band. I always wanted to start a DDR band. Dance Dance Revolution.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
But you could like have the crowd participate and everybody has their own little square.
And yeah, like we don't promote violence. You just go out there and like step.
Dude.
If someone twists an ankle, pick them up.
Get him a water bottle. Get him a rag.
But it's everybody just like this because all they're doing is moving their feet. So it's just this.
Oh man, like some river dancing motherfucker.
There's no upper body movement at all.
That'd be fun. I think you might be onto something with that.
I don't know. That also reminds me of when people would do like the crawl of death instead of the wall of death, like at Warped Tours and shit. They'd make everybody get on the ground and just like
I hope that didn't
walk, and it's
spread.
just like stop it. You're wasting 7 minutes in a Warped Tour set that's already only 8.5 minutes. So you're fucking wasting my time.
Way to make August Burns Red never come back to your city, kid.
I know.
You guys talk a lot about war on this album. What's up with that?
About war?
Yeah.
Yeah.
About how there's a war, you're raging war. You're like, there's rain.
Yeah, so different songs. Well, the whole record is sort of for the most part, the perspective of the protagonist's guts and how he interacts with the universe. There's sort of, he's out for vengeance because of something that happened to his love interest. Basically, he had a friend who decided his dream was the most important thing in the universe above and beyond his sort of he was sort of like a mercenary group leader. This guy, his name is Griffith, and basically he built this really strong mercenary group that was able to battle different kingdoms and win eventually out of people that are sort of common born. That's the idea. And essentially he gets to a point where the protagonist realizes that he wants to follow his own dreams. He doesn't want to follow the dreams of Griffith. He wants to forge his own path. And basically that makes the antagonist break as a person because he loses the fight between them. He loses someone that he wanted to keep for his own. And eventually he ends up sacrificing everyone. The fantasy aspect comes in. He sacrifices his whole mercenary group to gain like infinite power. So it's pretty complicated, but basically the protagonist
Is this season 1 or 2?
This is
I feel like we just went through a whole fucking binge watching of something on like Crunchyroll.
Everything for everybody, but yeah, it's just the basic premise, and then basically the main character's out for vengeance because he tried to sacrifice his love interest. There's some defilement that happens.
Ooh, I love defilement.
And the war is against demon kind, so that to go back to what you're talking about. So that's the war that's being waged, is against demon kind and to enact vengeance and all that. But he realizes that he's got to choose between vengeance and having the one he loves back, which is ultimately more important. So it's going to be a crossroads kind of thing.
My mind is blown. It sounds like Attack on Titan gone fucking 1,000. Top 5 favorite animes or mangas right now.
I'd have to go with, obviously, Berserk's going to be number 1.
That makes sense.
I love Akira. The manga is better than even the classic movies.
How bad do you want to ride that motorcycle thing?
That would be insane. Also, I think of how many movies and pop culture references steal that directly.
Oh yeah, everything's ripped off from 80s anime and the early 90s. Totally.
I like the series called Trigun a lot.
Oh yeah, yeah. Also pretty classic
from the 90s. Yeah. What else I got? Fist of the North Star is one of my favorites. Also old.
Very I don't know
that. It's also called Hokuto no Ken, but that one's another favorite.
Jamie, do you know Hokuto no Ken? No, yeah, no, we don't know that one.
Mangas.
I mean, because you sounded like you were maybe more of a manga guy. I know there's some elitists that like to read more than watch. I'm a guy that watches my shit without subtitles. Like I can't read. I want to just hear them in English. It's easier.
Yeah, I've watched a lot more anime than I've read manga, I will say.
Okay, cool. So we're in the same boat.
But I dive into the manga when I really love something, when I want to get deeper with it. So that's when I'll take that next step. But I don't go out and buy manga unless I really, really am in love with that particular series, I guess.
I wouldn't want to be seen buying manga either, so I feel you.
Rough.
Well, I'm just being a dick. Weebs are fine. Shit. I was a weeb in middle school. Okay, it's like whatever. There's some really cool features on this album, so I want to know what is your favorite feature and your least favorite feature out of all the guest features on the album.
That's a fair question.
I mean, I figure you're all friends with them, so you can shit on somebody.
I think some people are gonna just assume I'm gonna go with the deathcore guys, but I actually was super fond of the metalcore features that we had. Those were the sort of what we really were excited about. So I like Eric from I Prevail's feature a lot. I think he killed that. He adapted to deathcore pretty well for a guy. And
that one surprised me a lot because even a lot of people think I Prevail is like on the cusp of maybe not even really being metalcore kind of sometimes, right? And I was surprised to see him on there for sure because That was and a great
It was
job.
an
You
interesting
wouldn't even
choice.
you wouldn't
I
even
dig
know
that.
it was him. Yeah, you wouldn't even know that it just blended in. Great.
He's a huge fan of extreme music actually, and he
Yeah.
collects lots of vinyl and merch and stuff like that. So it's a lot of people don't know that, but yeah, he's a huge fan of super extreme music.
And he's a
Dope.
wrestling fan.
That's awesome too.
Yeah. So
You would get
Brian's
all the
probably in love with
references
him.
that I wouldn't.
Do you, I have to ask for what was the is there any type of like story type behind God Hand? Was it based off of Magna as well, or how was
Yeah,
that album constructed?
that was also based off the same story, but it's sort of how the God Hand is a group of sort of high powered demons that oversee the how the universe is going to unfold. Essentially, they have power over how
This is a
humanity.
fucking complex fucking story, man. This is intense.
It gets into like philosophical stuff and like takes stuff from philosophers.
Yeah, it's deep. I mean,
It's pretty detailed.
the lyrics are deep. And when you're constructing the lyrics, are you taking actual lines from the Magna, or are you just all coming from your own interpretation of it?
Occasionally I will, but they're specifically used for one-liners.
Okay, cool, perfect. Like before a breakdown, yeah, perfect. All right, cool. Before a chug or something, nice.
So it's like I'll pick something that like a metal listener would think is cool anyway, but also the manga people be like, yes, what
That's
I mean?
awesome.
So
Yeah,
that's sort of the approach I take with that. But guest features. I don't
Oh
know.
yeah,
I
your
don't
least
really have
favorite.
I don't really have a least favorite. It's so hard to say that because they're all very different.
you don't have to say it. He just likes him.
We always go along with that. So like for instance, like off Lifeblood, what's your favorite and least favorite song off the record? That one you might have a better answer to because you might have performed them and it's like, oh, I'm sick of performing this one. But hey, maybe there's a guest feature that you're like, you know what, we really should have got so and so from that one band. He wasn't worth the $60. I'm just kidding.
No.
I mean,
I think they did a great job.
Yeah, they're great. I liked them all. They're all really the metalcore guys, like you said. That was an interesting blend. What would you say Brand of Sacrifice does differently than anyone else in 2021?
I guess one thing that we really like to do is focus on the marketing side of things. So the band is almost completely DIY. We're an independent band. We have distribution through Blood Blast distribution, but that's the extent of it. Everything is done by the band. We do most of the graphics ourselves. We do a lot of the merch designs ourselves. We do the production in-house for the record. We mix the record ourselves. And even the marketing campaign that sort of happened with the album rollout. We gave away a PS5 that was custom skinned to the album artwork. We did like a YouTube live stream a day before, and we had 8,000 unique viewers on that. So we just planned a lot of things that we just have fun with it. I think some bands, they sort of are hands off with that stuff, and that's fine. Like a lot of bands, they just want to focus on the music, and I think that's okay. But I think that's one thing that sets us apart is that we're really deep, not only in the marketing but also in the production of the music and the visual representation of the band. Musically, I'd say we tried to introduce some ideas to deathcore that you don't see as often, especially with the synth and the electronic work. I think you're seeing a lot of keyboards and electronics, but it's a little bit different. It's more of a blackened approach to things, like your Lorna Shores. That's a very popular sort of sect of deathcore right now, but we kind of did the opposite of that, going more the video game sort of route. So I think that would be what's a little bit different with our band than compared to some other bands.
We can definitely tell you're skilled on the marketing aspect. The way you knew all the Spotify info and the numbers and stuff. It's good to see. We talk about it all the time. A lot of bands, like when they're young, a lot of these types of bands get signed young. They think getting signed is the end goal, and then when they get signed, they don't do anything, and the band doesn't go anywhere, and they wonder, well, what happened? but they didn't work after they got that record deal. And it's just something interesting to talk about or figure out who does what in the band. How has the pandemic affected you guys? I'm sure that's been rough as shit.
It's negative because I'm stuck in my room and I would love to be on the road. And you've been talking a lot
Same.
about Walmart, and it's making me kind of foam at the mouth because I love Walmart.
No, you miss
Dang.
Walmart too. Oh,
Walmart.
that's how you know it's bad.
That's how I know it's bad. But I think it presented a unique opportunity in a sense. And that opportunity is that people are sitting at home and they're hungry for something new. They're hungry for something exciting. They can't go to shows. They can't experience things in the flesh, but they want to experience the new. So I think it was a perfect opportunity to roll out a record at this point. And I think a lot of bands are sort of missing out because they're trying to wait and see how things pan out. But I think it's always good to have a little bit of content coming in consistently. I think it's really important. You don't necessarily have to put out a record. You could take the Spirit Box approach and do singles fleshed out over 4 to 5 months in between. With
A very popular route. Yeah, we cover.
Yeah, I was going to say that's probably the way things are going to go. I think albums are going to be maybe a thing that you don't see as often anymore. You're going to see a lot of singles. You might see mixtapes like hip hop. You might see more remixes. You might see sort of one song come out and 3 new versions of that in addition, like the EDM world.
Northlane does that a lot. Northlane remixes all their albums. They do little redos
They
of
just
them.
dropped a whole remix album.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm a fan of that.
Oh yeah, I am too. Icy Stars. Icy Stars did it a couple times with their albums, and they're already kind of techno-y, all as it is. So bands definitely have that they can blend it well sometimes. I think other bands also try to do it and don't do it as well, and that can be kind of shoddy. But
How many Walmarts in Canada have you stayed at? Because I've noticed Canadian Walmarts don't like me. They don't like the bandwagon, and they don't want me anywhere near them.
You see, the thing is, right now, Canada, I hate to say it, for the alternative and metal scene is a little shot right now. So
Shot.
I think that the main markets like your Toronto, probably Ottawa's still okay in some scenarios. Montreal, of course, is still booming.
I've never, ever gone to Ottawa.
Yeah. Okay.
Ever.
But the other places that you used to see local shows or smaller shows, they're sort of non-existent anymore. So, and the country is so spread out that touring it is kind of difficult to get a decent route because there's so much driving in between.
Oh yeah.
Spots. So as far as Walmart goes, I probably didn't stay at a lot of Walmarts since like 2013 or something like that, I'd say. I've been to a lot more Walmarts in the US.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, that makes more sense. They're also like every damn freeway exit's got a Walmart. They get a little more difficult to find when you get in like the Northeast. And when I got into Canada, I started wondering, oh shit, where are we going to stay at? And yeah, they hated me, man. Like the Canadians are so fucking nice everywhere you go. And then I'm staying overnight and they're like, oh, you need to go. We already called the cops. Well, thanks. I mean, shit. Like, might as well take my chances with the Mounties. It was crazy, dude. Jacques Rougeau and just showed up and tried to get me out of there, and I was like,
God,
I need a tag champ to get me out of here.
Oh no!
What possessed you to be a metal vocalist in the first place? Are your parents proud of you?
Yeah, my parents are proud of me. I don't think they liked it at first, but then they saw
never do.
They saw things happening as far as growth goes. But what got me into it, I had this friend named Brad in high school, and I mostly listened to like 2000s hip hop. I had like
let's hear it, all of it,
and like I wore the 5XL shirts and like the super baggy jeans. I had that.
So how I dress now.
Who were you into though? Because you and Matt are about to bond.
Yeah,
over
2000s
this,
hip hop. Let's hear it. Yeah, who you jamming?
You got to go with the classics like 50 Cent. Yeah, G Unit, and what else was I into? I don't know, like pretty much anything that was pretty big at that time. And we're talking like 2004, like
Okay,
2001,
yeah.
2004.
So
That
like a
sort
lot
of
of Lil
era.
Wayne, some Cameron, maybe Little Flip before his
Lil
career
Flip, yeah.
died, some Ti.
Yeah, Ti, Lil Scrappy, another
Oh
one.
yeah, man, he completely
Nelly, of
disappeared, but he
course.
was so cool. Nelly,
Nelly was a
fire,
huge one. Um,
hot shit.
I went back and listened to all that stuff recently. Yeah, so that kind of stuff. PD Pablo. That was a
Oh
good.
man,
Dang, Peter
oh man, so
Pablo.
underrated. He had some fire. Actually, his album from '04 was fire. I listened to that shit like senior year of high school. Brian knows. He made fun of me for it.
Oh, that was a good time. I feel like hip hop was a little more like fun and goofy back then in some ways, but it still went hard.
You could definitely go platinum and have a big record back then, and that was like the last era. Because after that, it's like all about streaming. But like Petey Pablo, I think went gold, and like the single went platinum, and then the Yeah was a big single, and Usher was going platinum,
Yeah.
and that was
That's
a
all we
crazy
heard on the
time.
radio at the time. It was Yeah when that came out.
Oh god, it was everywhere. Yeah,
That was like the peak of rappers having their own imprint label and then putting out like their own rappers. So like dudes that were barely established were trying to drop other rappers already. It just wasn't working. Like everyone had a crew. Like Eminem had a crew. Jay-Z
Yeah.
always had a crew. But then like Slim Thug's got a crew, and now Rick Ross has a crew, and Trick Daddy has a crew, and then the Dipset's a crew, but then this guy's got a crew within that. It's just too many. Everyone, too much shit going on. Now all the record labels are dead and consolidated. None of
Who's
those
your-
umbrellas exist now.
Who's your go-to Canadian bands? Like, what band do you think flies the other than yourselves, of course? Which band represents Canada the best in your eyes? Like, who's
If
the?
you had to pick in metalcore for modern day, I'd have to go probably like a Counterparts.
Shouts to Windsor.
Okay, what about like back in the like an Alexis on Fire day, like a
You
protest?
just want him to say Alexis on Fire.
No,
and
there's
Despise
protest.
Icon,
No,
don't
no,
you?
no, no. There's protest. No, there's a bunch of Canadian bands.
Let's
No,
just run down the list.
This
all
is
right?
hell.
Like,
There's a
let's
bunch.
let's just do it. How do you feel about Avril Lavigne?
Love Avril Lavigne.
Nickelback.
Love Nickelback.
How bad does Drake suck?
I don't know if I can agree with that.
Oh, okay. All right. I was gonna
That's
ask.
fair.
I was gonna ask us if you can give us a proper representation of Toronto outside of what I get from Drake, because all I know is that it's the 6 and it can be kind of dangerous. So, can you paint Toronto in a better light than what Drake does?
I don't know what part of Toronto he's talking about. I know it's definitely not dangerous where I'm at. It's all families and baby carriages and old Greek people where I'm at. But
Well, that
Every
one
time I've
homeboy,
been to
that one dude,
Toronto, it's been lovely.
that one dude got shot a couple years ago. His friend outside of
One
that club
guy
in Toronto.
in like 6 years.
Hey, man, when
That
Drake
was
says
the
he,
last time anyone in
when-
Canada was shot.
when Drake says he's rolling through the 6 with his 6, I don't know.
He meant
I
a
don't know.
six-shooter.
I'm just here
It's
to
a
ask the
rubber
questions.
band gun.
I'm just here to ask the questions. Okay.
How do we feel about Ryan Adams?
Bryan Adams,
Whatever.
he is a classic. I think he was actually. I have some friends in this band called Carcosa from the west side of Canada, and Bryan Adams was looking for a metal band apparently for a
No.
music video or something, and they DM'd him and he actually replied to them, but it didn't work out for whatever reason. But I thought that was really cool. He was looking for a metal band for some reason, so.
That's hot.
I
was
got.
gonna
Okay.
Go
I
for
was
it.
gonna
Go.
say,
I was
have
going to
some
say
Canada
Despised Icon.
bands. Go. Okay. That you can.
It's
What's
one
your-
of my all-time favorite deathcore bands.
Okay.
Despise Icon.
There you go. I have to know really what you think about Rush first of all, because I mean, Rush is.
I like
Rush is
Rush.
kind of-
I'm not too versed in their back catalog, but
I saw
like
Rush. I
connection
saw.
with Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. I was gonna ask you how you felt about Trailer Park Boys too,
One
but
of my favorite shows of all time.
yes. Yes. Thank you. Fuck yeah, dude. I just got into it. I just started watching it over this last year and I fucking love it. I love every season, even the stupid one with Snoop Dogg and the fucking ones when they got the Netflix deal. Like they're great.
Brian, I've told you like 1,000 times you've never seen Rush. That was Rush Limbaugh. That's
No,
two
it was
completely different
Russian.
things.
It was Russian. Yes, eat it.
No. You made this joke completely not funny now, but I was gonna ask how you felt about abandon all ships, but they helped you out, so I'm sure that's super cool.
What about Sum 41?
Sum 41 is a huge classic. Love Sum 41. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with a band called Billy Talent.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
one of my favorites growing up as a kid, as far as rock bands went.
I didn't want to ask about Simple Plan or Steppenwolf, but I guess I
Steppenwolf
love
Fire.
Uh,
What about Fozzy?
Fozzy?
They're from Winnipeg.
I'm not too familiar with that band.
Chris
It's
Jericho is
cool.
the front man.
Yeah,
Oh,
we'll get
okay.
over it.
We'll get over it.
Are we out of Canadian acts?
No, we have Finger 11.
Damn it. Kids. What was that TV show that was out there? Kids in the Hall. Was that a Canadian thing?
Yeah, it was. Kids in the Hall,
Okay,
fucking
cool.
classic.
All right, so I'm on point.
Love it.
All right.
Who is in your opinion the most important Canadian of all time?
Wow.
I have like two.
Wow.
I have two or three that I'm
Oh, I don't
dabbling
know.
with right now. Can I give you my two or three and it
Just
might
name
inspire you a
Prime
little bit?
Minister.
Alex Trebek.
Okay, yeah.
Justin Trudeau. You want me to say Justin Trudeau?
No, I don't think people
No.
in Canada like that.
He's like, no, please don't say that. Is he your Trump? Is that what that is? Is he just your?
No, because he's not that political.
He did blackface.
He did
Eee.
do that, yeah.
How do you not suffer career suicide after that? That happened? That was a thing?
Yeah,
He's
it was
not-
a thing.
He's not like a right winger though.
Yeah, he's not a
So-
racist. No, he's just
Eee,
the times. It was the
ugh.
times. That's what they fall back on.
I'm totally not getting an
Justin
episode next
Trudeau.
week if I do that.
Justin Trudeau was not one of them. Alex Trebek was one of them.
Someone called him True Dope when I went there. Is that accurate? True Dope.
I haven't heard that one specifically.
It's
myself,
really
but-
not that clever. So shouts to that EMT. It was not even a funny dad joke. on any
It was an
level.
EMT. It was an EMT that told you that.
EMT?
Yeah, short. Yeah, long story short, I was in some random mountain town in British Columbia, and I slipped and cracked my head open, and yeah, I had to go to the hospital. And apparently, y'all don't have free health care for people that don't fucking live there. So that was a wonderful night.
Oh,
It was
no.
like 2 or 3 in the morning. You know, it was after the show, and so they had to wake up the only doctor in town to come and stitch me up. So yeah, no, I love Canada for that. What is?
Wait, real quick. I got my other two favorite Canadians: Alex
Oh
Trebek,
God! Oh, there's
Bret Hart.
more?
Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey's Canadian?
Yeah,
Yes, he is.
Son of a
those are some
bitch.
pretty good ones. Although Jim Carrey has had some scandals lately.
What do you mean lately? What happened?
Ooh.
Pretty sure like his ex passed away or something like that. And
Oh yeah, his
people
chick
blaming
killed herself.
I don't know what the details are on that, but
He didn't
You
do
think
it. Did
he
he?
did it?
What? No
I'm not sure
way.
exactly what was said, but they're saying that he was involved somehow. I don't know.
What the fuck? There is
Look,
no way.
I know he killed all of us cinematically in number 23, but can't we get over that? It was a terrible movie. I've forgotten it since then.
Oh my god, that's crazy. He fucking did it. What a psycho.
Wow. Do you want to replace him on your list of Canadians? Do you want to replace him with like? I
Oh
don't
no!
know,
As of
any
2019,
Lance
he's been
Storm.
nah. Fuck Lance Storm. Out of 2000,
Wow.
as of
Wow, sorry,
2019,
Calgary.
as of 2019, he was cleared. Don't break my heart about Jim Carrey, dude. I was about to
he said
talk
that
about
he's
how he
alright.
was good. It was Ryan Reynolds. I was gonna throw Ryan Reynolds in there, and then I was also gonna throw Justin Bieber in there as like a gag joke. But maybe
Yo,
people
Ryan
really
Reynolds
like
is
Justin Bieber.
Canadian?
Yeah.
That would make sense why he dated
Those are-
Alanis Morissette, because I heard you could only be Canadian to date her.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's great. It's crazy. What is your favorite thing about Toronto? The Six.
I don't know. Since I've been touring and been able to travel, I don't really look at it in that way now, as far as like it's my home, but like I could be anywhere else and be happy, I guess. It's sort of, and a lot of people from Toronto be pissed at me saying this, but I feel like it's interchangeable with some other cities. It's
Oh,
sort
wow.
to me, it's sort of like a slower, smaller New York in a way.
I can tell you a million ways why that's incorrect. People in Toronto are way nicer, even being in a big city. They're still nicer than anything New Yorkers represent. People in Canada generally are just way nicer. Oh my god.
I don't know if I agree with that, and I'll tell you why.
Well, you live there too, so
Yeah, I've been here all my life for sure, but every time, especially if I've gone to the South, like Southern hospitality, I think is a real thing. As far as being a Canadian in the U.S., so I've experienced like way nicer people that don't ignore you when you say hi, or people are actually happy for you to be there if you're just like even at a gas station. So that's not really a thing, and that could just be a big city thing. But I haven't felt the same way as I did in the States, especially in the South, compared to Toronto. So that's just something I noticed as a Canadian traveling in the States.
I've always described Canadians as suspiciously nice. Like they're so nice they make me wonder like why are you being nice to me? What's the scheme here? What are you doing? What do you want to know? But yeah, they'll give you directions and shit. Like I've had really good experiences in Canada besides the weather. The weather's never cooperated. The last time I went there, I spun out a Sprinter van going up a mountain, so that was super cool.
Yeah, I'm not having a good answer for this though, to be as far as what I think makes it special, or I don't know.
Well, then this is gonna be perfect because I have an even worse question for you of favorite thing about being Canadian.
Everyone knows it's spam, Matt.
Spam is
Everyone
Canadian?
knows it's spam.
That can't be.
This is a joke.
I like the Trailer Park Boys. I'm gonna go back to that.
Oh man.
Wow, national treasure.
They are. Donairs. I'll go with that. Poutine.
I was just
You
gonna
know what
ask,
Donairs
what's Donairs? Yeah, can you fill us in on Donairs?
It's sort of like it's sort of based on the sauce. It's sort of like I guess like a shawarma kind of thing. Like
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
but it's just very specific sauce that it's doused in, and you can only get it typically in Eastern Canada. And they talk about it a lot on Trailer Park Boys. There's actually this sort of community center that was used as a venue in Halifax, Nova Scotia.
Wow, I have not been that north. Jesus, talk about cold.
There's like a restaurant that is down the street from there that actually the Trailer Park Boys consider their favorite, to tie that all in together, and they sell the best donairs there. So I don't remember what it's called, but they also had beaver tails up the road too, if you know what those are.
That's a sexual innuendo for something, right?
Ew.
What's a beaver tail?
It's sort of like a dessert, like a sort of cinnamon pastry type treat. It's hard to explain. It's a little bit different than like a churro or something like that. It's a
You had me at beaver.
Yeah.
What's your favorite state of the United States?
I kind of like Colorado.
Oh, okay, because they're. Oh, okay. I got a
You
follow up
would
for you.
because of the snow.
I got a follow up for you.
All right.
What's better weed, California or Canada or America?
You're asking the wrong guy that question.
Oh no! Dang,
Damn.
I thought for sure. I was
He
getting a
just
response.
assumed that all that
I assumed-
manga and weed would go hand
I
in
assumed
hand.
all the woke ass metal was.
Way to stereotype and fail, my friend.
Well, the dreads is what really did it.
Yeah.
Man. Just kidding.
No, I occasionally partake.
I was gonna say,
But
how
I don't know
often
the-
are you past a blunt looking like that?
A lot.
People probably just walk down the street in Canada. Here you go, bro. And like you just pass it
I
to him,
felt
just
you
like,
needed
right.
this.
And they assume I have it a lot too.
Hey, bro. Hey,
Yeah,
I can
yo,
tell.
don't ever wear a beanie.
Yeah, don't get a beanie.
Yeah. But I'm not too versed in the different strains and what's better and what's worse. I just occasionally would dabble, but
That's fun. I definitely have tried the Colorado, the California, the Washington, the Canada. I found Canada had a bunch of like weaker stuff, but then you can hit some dispensaries and there's some real quality there. There's no bad weed up in Canada by any means. I always enjoy my time up there. I just always, as an American and having to drive up there, there's so many difficulties with that. And the border, they make it so difficult. But Canada's cool as shit. I love going up there. Tim Hortons is cool. That's like my U.S. embassy. I always know what to order when I go there. I don't really like poutine. But you said you've been to the States, so you've been to California?
I have, yes.
Have you had either In-N-Out Burger or Del Taco?
I've had In-N-Out.
Do you like it?
I do. I love it.
You love it. So if you went back to California, you'd be like, where the fuck is that In-N-Out Burger at?
Yeah, I would do that.
Where's
good.
What's the Canadian equivalent of In-N-Out that you would say? Like a good home, obviously it doesn't have to be burger, but what's like a fast
Ooh,
food or like a
Canadian
staple,
burger.
like a staple IHOP or Denny's or
A&W?
what's the fucking go-to Canadian all Canadian diner?
A&W.
We do have a lot of A&Ws. There's legitimately one.
There is an
on each-
uncomfortable amount.
Like where I'm at, there's one on both major intersections in between my house.
Does anyone
There's
even
more
eat
A&W
there?
than anything.
Really?
Yeah.
That is such a weird market, Canada, for A&W.
It really is. Like
Yeah,
I
blew up.
enjoy that place and their corn dogs, but the menu differs.
Oh,
very
quality
little.
food. Quality food.
It's weird, man. The menu's different.
There's this place that I really like that's near me, and it is a chain, but it's not like all over Canada yet. It's called Burgers Priest, and
Priest?
and all their burgers are like funny Catholic names.
Okay, yeah, that's
Oh, like
definitely
the-
getting
oh.
over in Quebec.
Like the children in the children in the choir, or what? Are we getting weird? What kind of?
I'll tell you some of them.
Oh, get it.
Oh my god, that sounds good though. I've always found that Canada has like really high quality meat, where like America, we don't care if the cow shits in it, we'll serve it to you.
There's one called Religious Hypocrite.
That's
Double
dope.
Red Sea, the Pope,
Wow.
Tower
However-
of Babel,
Oh my
the
god.
Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Army
Yes. What's
That's
on
a
that
big
one? What's
one,
on the
right?
four? What's on the four horsemen of the
That's
apocalypse?
got to be
my
a big
God.
one.
Okay, so this is what it says. You're in trouble now.
Yeah.
So two options, which I think is like a portobello mushroom that's deep fried and stuffed with cheese. It's like a cap, and those are like on it. It has grilled cheese buns. So the buns are made of grilled cheese, and
Yeah.
then two like very thick, like maybe 10-ounce patties.
Jesus
Two of them?
Christ.
You're eating fucking 20
That's like a
ounces
whole
of
cow.
burger? What the fuck?
Sorry, 8 ounces. Correction.
Oh,
8
I was about to
That's
say you're
16
eating
ounces
over
of
a
burger,
pound
though.
of burger. Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah.
That's a pound for sure.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Holy
so it's,
shit.
that sounds a pretty American burger right there, I'd say.
Wow, dude. Wow.
Are you just trying to say all us Americans are fat?
We're
and gluttonous?
sorry. Hey,
'Cause we
we're
are.
embarrassing. Yeah, we're fucking sorry, bro. That is disgusting. Listen, a
And
grilled
speaking on
cheese
behalf of
bun.
all fat ass Californians everywhere,
Yep.
definitely go to Del Taco. You like
Yeah,
the
next time
tacos,
you're
you like
there, bro.
Mexican food, you like Taco Bell, but you want it to be like 10% more authentic. Del Taco. It's in like California, Arizona, all the West Coast places. We
New Mexico.
definitely, we love that place.
I think we stopped there one night, but I think I was feeling sick at the time, so I missed out on it.
Oh no, it sounds like you ate there too. I love
I
it.
don't think
They-
the guys are feeling good, but they also eat a lot of Taco Bell, so it could be that as well.
Dude, that's the problem for sure.
Are you guys? Yeah, you're one of those bands that just ingests a bunch of like diarrhea food, or you got like vegans in the band?
One of our drivers, he is a vegan, so we sort of try and find options for everybody.
You got to fire him immediately, dude. You can't trust a vegan driver. There's no way that guy's getting by up there buying gas station food. Can't trust him.
We're going to Walmart.
Oh shit! They're
Let's
vegan
go,
options.
Walmart.
I
feel like there's still it's still difficult when you go to Walmart in Arkansas. All the vegetables are deep fried. Sorry, everyone in Arkansas. I've been heavy on them tonight. Them and Skillet. Okay, the shit with Skillet was fucking stupid. Should have said that.
It's pretty funny. I liked it.
What is any other? Can you tell us some interesting facts about Toronto? Because you guys are actually kicking off what we call Toronto Week. We have a guest next week that's also from Toronto. We're trying to learn more about the city, and all I know is that Drake didn't actually sit on the top of the CN Tower. But they don't teach that in history books.
Unfortunately.
Man.
Wasn't the mayor of Toronto like Rob Ford or something like that?
Yeah, just
crack?
doing rails of crack.
Okay, that is a good one. Yeah, we.
I
Had
just
a
that
mayor.
just popped in my head. I was like, wait a minute, Mayor Ford, Toronto, crack. That was a thing.
Yeah, that was a thing. He denied that, and then the video came out of him literally doing it.
Damn
but
it!
that
Don't
guy-
you hate when that happens?
That guy was really fun, I think, to have.
Yeah,
as
he
a mayor.
was.
But he did do a lot of good things that people didn't really see. He used to go to like do huge fundraisers for like buildings that are in the projects or like slumlord building owners that were like kicking people out or charging expensive rent. He was coming down on people like that. So
Huh.
he was really on the ground, maybe a little too much with the crack. But,
Yeah, maybe he was literally in the slums getting the crack, and he's like, "Oh, you can't kick my dealer out."
maybe.
Either
I
way,
don't know, but
doing
it's
some good.
too bad he passed away a few years back. But now his brother is the mayor. And,
Oh no. Oh
no
no.
crack.
Hand me down crack. No, it's hand me down crack. His brother's the mayor, so it's
Tell
second
me,
hand
tell
hand
me,
me down
there's
crack.
no crack.
No, there's crack. There's always crack.
I think, to be honest, most of the happenings were his brother making the calls.
Fair
I'm
enough.
not even sure if he really wanted to be a mayor. But
Oh my
I don't
god,
wanna- I
that's
don't want
the
to speak
best.
for anybody, but I think there was actually a really funny video on YouTube where Rob Ford sat down and drove with Deadmau5 in his Ferrari, his
Nice.
Nyan Cat.
No,
Ferrari of all things.
yeah, nice.
And he's like speeding through downtown Toronto, and you can see Rob going like this, and it was funny. That was a great interview. And they just go and have chats, and they grab coffee at Tim Hortons through the drive-through in a Ferrari.
Yes, Tim Hortons.
And they did a full interview. That's an awesome YouTube video to check.
What
out.
a beautiful fucking car.
Dude,
Wow.
you got to imagine that cocaine's
Wow.
involved in that day.
Wow.
If I hung
they
out with
did this.
Deadmau5 and he didn't have cocaine in the dash, I'd be pissed.
What a great blue. The fucking little.
Yeah, it looks amazing, doesn't it?
Dang, that is so good.
When they're hanging out, he doesn't have the Deadmau5 thing on, right?
No, I don't know if it would fit
Oh,
inside of that vehicle.
See,
for
that's
sure.
that's why I don't want to meet Daft Punk or Marshmello.
All right.
Because you don't want to see what they look like?
It's gonna ruin the allure. Yeah, no, fake it.
Oh no.
You know, if I met Randy Savage, he'd give it to me. You know. Brian, do you have any final questions for our guest tonight?
Don't, man. I really appreciate you coming on. You guys are without a doubt the biggest thing in metal, I think, right now. And I
I'm
think
saying it's the heaviest album of the year for sure.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
already started, so it just barely started. So fuck them.
getting on top of the playlist, getting on top of all the, I saw Karain do a piece on you guys. I also think I saw MNE do a piece on you guys. I mean, you're blowing up, and in a short span, 2 albums and an EP. I think that's something to really be said. I think you've found, at least from what I can tell, the band that fits you and fits I think what you're looking for, especially since you wanted to go heavy, man. It's fucking heavy, and you guys are doing it great. So thank you for coming on.
You made all of Twitter go fucking crazy.
They're
The
not ready,
Friday
bro.
you dropped Lifeblood. That's everyone from the high school metalcore kids to the grown adults. Everyone was talking about Lifeblood on Twitter, and that's what triggered us to be like, oh, maybe this isn't just another band with the snazzy cover art. And
Yeah, man.
that record just blows me away. You guys managed to do like everything heavy and metal in like a 14-second span, and then
Yep.
there's still an entire album to go. So it melted my brain. I really dig it. I think everyone needs to listen to Lifeblood, whether you like metal or not. Like, I'd prefer it if you hate it. Like, just listen to this shit because it's gonna melt your brain.
What social medias do you have for the bands, for yourself? Where can they follow you and all your stuff at, man? And obviously the Brand of Sacrifice stuff.
And what's your home address if we want to like come and hang out?
Yeah, we're doxing you, bro. Hurry up.
Yeah, for the band, we got Instagram, Brand of Sacrifice Metal. If you want to make it easy, you can go to brandofsacrifice.com and literally everything's there to find all our socials, Facebook, all that stuff. YouTube, we're at 20K subscribers now, which I'm pretty excited about.
Let's go.
And myself, everything is Kyle of Sacrifice. So Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, it's all Kyle of Sacrifice. So
I like how the Twitter is Brand O Sacrifice. It kind of makes me think of like Beef O'Brady's or O'Reilly's.
They don't give you that extra character. You can't. We couldn't fit the whole band name in there.
Those sons of bitches. Well, I'm glad it's not Brand of Sacrific.
Yeah, that would have been worse. That'd have been real bad.
That would have bugged the shit out of me.
Band of Sacrifice, and it would have made sense too.
Oh, Band of.
That's happened a couple times on show flyers.
Oh no,
Band of Sacrifice.
Like you look at the set list and you're like, Band of. Oh, okay, all right.
Oh no,
anymore. When we were first starting out, I saw it a few times for sure.
I guess that's an easy mistake. I mean, hey, Kanye still said he had flyers that said Kane West. Happens to the best of them.
Yeah,
it's kind of a cool name, actually.
Kane West. I
like
swear that's what I thought his name was when he first came out. Just switch the N and the Y, because who ever heard of a guy named Kanye at the time?
Yeah. And now everybody's heard of him. Blessed.
Brian, where can they find you if I'm trying to dox you?
Of Brian of Death, or down there, yeah, of Brian of Death on Instagram and of Brian of Death on Twitter. You can catch me there. You can also catch my podcast, the Common Chaos Podcast, at The Common Chaos on Instagram, The Common Chaos on Twitter, and
it's not that
commonchaos.net for all the episodes and everything.
I don't even like it.
That's all right. He's been on it a couple times, so no big deal.
Not in a long time.
Like December, but last December.
That feels like forever ago. You can find me on Instagram at iHateTheScene. You can find me on Twitter at IH8, the number 8, TE_THE_SCENE, because some dumb son of a bitch stole our Twitter handle.
Kyle Bradford. Listen, man, I really appreciated the neon sign that you gave us. That was a great gesture.
You said you found that in someone's garage in your neighborhood.
He sent it. No, he sent it.
Did you steal this from a neighbor kid?
No, he sent it to me and said, "Hey, man, I'm not giving you the handle back. Matt can suck a dick, but here's a neon sign."
Bradford's like 3 mailboxes down. It says Bradford.
I was like, listen, man, I don't want the fucking neon sign. Yeah, of course, Matt can suck a dick, but I don't want the neon sign. We just want the...
Okay, Brian's going to get us an assault charge. I think we beat up his neighbor last week. You can also find us on Facebook.com/IHateTheScene. For the love of God, to feed my family. Subscribe on YouTube.com/C/IHateTheScene. And we're also on Twitch.tv/IHateTheScene. And all those links are available on IHateTheScene.com. Mr. Anderson. Oh, we should have been doing that the whole episode.
The whole time.
Wow.
Are you a Matrix fan?
Sorry?
Are you a Matrix fan?
Yes.
Okay, so you definitely did that when you were younger.
It would have been funnier if you said, I don't know what any of that means.
Well, just even my teachers in school would do it to me.
Mr. Anderson, of course. What do you mean he doesn't know what that means? He's an anime fan.
I said it would have been funnier if he didn't.
He's like, what's the Matrix?
He's like, what is any of that?
We're living in it, Kyle.
And then your teacher calls you that and pisses you off one day and you show up with a trench coat.
Blat blat.
Yikes.
Yikes, he's out.
Yeah, you definitely cannot wear a trench coat in high school.
And his favorite state's Colorado because he visited Columbine. And we're out.
I knew I was fucked.